All right, now let me try this one more time and see if I can record this thing and make it sound like it's supposed to sound. Okay. I think I'm good to go now. All right. Yeah, I'm good to go now. I am good to go. All right. A few things we're touching on is Juneteenth. We're in the last hours of Juneteenth. And I noticed, a lot of people, they've been just randomly attacking Juneteenth. And there's a talking point that's coming from these white supremacist think tanks. Because I keep seeing the same wording over and over again. They keep saying that, well, Juneteenth is ratchet. It's a ratchet holiday. That wannabe white supremacist Andrew Tate, he put up a tweet. Yeah, it's a ratchet. Juneteenth is a ratchet N-word something. And well, these guys are trying to pander to the far right. Candace Owens, like I think last year, she said the same thing, like Juneteenth is ratchet, which it's not, but that's something that's coming from a talking point now. Candace Owens said this about a year ago. So this year, a few days ago actually, this white Latina chick who's a right-wing, far-right person who's from Colombia. She's a Colombian immigrant, still has her accent and everything. So she made a video talking about Juneteenth is ratchet, and she tagged Candace Owens, so she tried to hide behind Candace Owens. It wouldn't seem like a racist. So that's what they do. They'll get a black person, like a Stephen A. Smith, or some kind of Sambo to jump out the window and say something greasy about FBAs. So they'll use that Sambo as cover. Well, Candace Owens said, I'm just repeating what Candace Owens is saying. You see, this is why Sambos are very dangerous. The tethers are very dangerous. It's like with reparations. I remember, I think it was Mitch McConnell. He was like, well, my stance on reparations is the same as Obama. We don't think you should get it. See, I'm not racist. I'm just saying what the black person said. I'm not racist. If I deny reparations, that'll make me racist. But Obama, he said you shouldn't get reparations, and I agree with the black guy. So they use tethers. Tethers understand what they're being used for. They know this. So this Latina chick was like, yeah, Juneteenth is ratchet, and y'all want reparations. If you don't like this country, you can get the F out. She's telling us to get the F out of our country that we built. Now we know it's performative Samboism and tetherism. She's trying to pander to the right, the white right. But that's the black and brown coalition, and you don't see too many Hispanics denouncing what she's saying. You see that? They don't come out and say, hey, you shouldn't say that. Now, black folks are always putting the cape on for somebody, but you get a white Latino, a Latina, who says something greasy about black folks, you don't see a whole plethora of some of your allies, your Hispanic allies, saying, hey, you shouldn't say that. That's not good to say. Oh, no. They're not saying anything. For the most part, they're not saying anything because low-key they agree with that. And that's why I don't do the black and brown thing. We got to stop being afraid of that. We got to stop being afraid to abandon that whole black and brown thing. You know, we don't, I really want black folks to stop having to pander to other groups. That's why the hip hop conversation, a lot of these old schoolers don't want to say anything like real openly. And if they do, they got to walk on eggshells with it, because a lot of the old school hip hop shows, and I talked about this before, it's like a lot of Hispanics go to those joints. And a lot of hip hop events, period, to be honest, like LA today, they had the Kendrick Lamar pop-up thing, and most of the audience was Hispanic. It was black performers on stage, but when you look at the audience, the LA audience, the majority of the audience was Hispanic. So black folks got this thing where, okay, this is our audience, so we got to walk on eggshells with them and not tell the truth or falsely add them into the origin story of our culture. You don't have to do that. You don't have to do that. You don't have to denigrate anybody, but you don't have to falsely pander to them and say, okay, they created a culture that they didn't create. You see, So, but when you have these white Hispanics talking about, well, Juneteenth is ratchet, no, that's a talking point coming from some of these white think tanks. When you look at Juneteenth, there's literally nothing ratchet about Juneteenth. That's just them denigrating black people just because we're black. That's them just being denigrating to us, period. When you look at Juneteenth and all of the Juneteenth celebrations, we're on our P's and Q's. We don't do what the Caribbean Day folks do and the Puerto Rican Day. We're not twerking in the streets. We're not running around the streets in a thong and feathers. We're not doing that. Juneteenth, we put on some music and barbecue and kick it. We're the least ratchet. You understand? We don't do all that freaky stuff. You dig? There's absolutely nothing ratchet about it, but just because it's a black federally recognized celebration, you're recognizing foundational black Americans. Anytime you recognize us, it automatically has to be seen as a negative if you're just recognizing us on our own. Now, if you tack somebody else onto it, then it's kind of all right. That's why, again, they keep trying to tack other people onto the hip-hop story. And it's so very important that we make sure that narrative don't take off. See, we sit up here and let these lies fester. That's how they erase your culture. We're not letting that lie fester. That's why the origin story on the East Coast, we're standing on all types of business on that. We're not wavering from that. It's very important that we continue to push the truth narrative. Because, see, when they get that lie off and that lie gets accepted, they're going to move that lie on across the country. See, what they want to do, too, they want to start saying that West Coast hip-hop was basically co-created by Latinos too. That's where they want to go with it too. They're already kind of planting the seeds. I know y'all heard some interviews here and there with some of these Latin cats kind of alluding to that narrative. But that's the next narrative. If we let the New York narrative go out the window, that's going to be the next one. They're going to start saying how they were instrumental in the creation and the rise of West Coast hip hop. That's going to be the next lie. So we have to shut them lies down very, very quickly. We got to really shut them down. And shout out to the West Coast, though. The West Coast came out heavy for the Kendrick pop-up. That Kendrick pop-up concert was amazing. I was going to go up there, but then I saw it was being streamed. No, shit, I just watch it at the crib. But everybody and their mama was up there on the West Coast. It was tight. Dr. Dre came out, and it was a great set. Everybody was doing their thing, man. Very proud of everybody. It was the first time Kendrick performed They're Not Like Us live, and he like rewound the song about 4 or 5 times and kept doing it over and over again. He was killing it. And that's a rollout. If you're going to perform a hit song like that live, and that's the first time it's going to be performed live, that's how you do it. He set the bar high. That's how you do it. That's a genius way to do it. You do it on home turf. So now, what they're going to do, that's a great marketing thing. So when Kendrick goes on tour, man, that tour fee is going to be up there. That was a great rollout. Shout out to the people over at TDE, his record label, his production company. That was a smart rollout. So now when you hit the road, man, you're like, hey, you're going to have to give me $800,000 per show to really turn up. And we're going to have the same turn up in your city. So shout out to him. And speaking of turning up, the Microphone Check movie, I was talking to my distributor today. We are probably going back in the theaters the week of July 19th, around that week, between the 12th and the 19th. So family, it's very important that everybody go out to the theaters. It's going to be in multiple cities, and it's going to be in theaters for a week, possibly 2, but definitely for a week. They're going to do a whole week run. And it's very important that everybody go and see the movie when it hits theaters again. The theater, they were so impressed by that Memorial Day weekend. The Memorial Day weekend screenings that we had, that was a limited run we had, but the numbers were so great. The theaters was like, hey man, we need to do this again, because the movie industry, and I talked about this before, they're kind of going through a lapse right now because of the streaming sites. So these theaters need people in these theaters, because they make their money off their concessions and popcorn and drinks and all that. That's where they make the real money. So they want people in them seats. And our little independent movie that you guys, that the family, all of you, shout out to you guys who contributed to the Kickstarter, man. You guys are the real damn MVPs, man. I take my hat off to you guys to help make this happen, because the theater, they were like, man, you guys, your film is selling out better than some of these Hollywood movies that they're sending us. Your movies were selling out and packing the theaters more than them. Yeah. So when they see those kind of numbers and that kind of energy and that kind of momentum, they want to make deals. So they're making a very good deal with us now, and they're getting the screenings out there so that they're also Oscar eligible, because there's a lot of talk about an Oscar nomination for this film. If you have seen the film, you know it is that good. Microphone Check is a very, very good film, and we're going to really push that Oscar thing, man, because that's going to be amazing to get a film that's grassroots like this and just get it popping the way we're getting it popping. So I just want us to keep that momentum going. Go to the theaters every day. Take crowds of people. And these, it's going to be regular ticket prices, like what, $10, $12, between 10, 12, 13, 14, something like that. I don't think it's going to be no more than $14. But take your families to go see it. It's real important to see it in theaters, just to get that energy, and we got to really send a message, because if we want films like this that tell our story, because we say that we need that, which we do, we got to go out there and support it. And thank goodness that we've been supporting, and people have been supporting already. But it has to be just a massive, massive amount of support, because that's going to send a message, and that's going to kick in the door, and that's going to counter a lot of this garbage that they're putting out. You understand? Because they're putting out a lot of garbage, and what they're doing, and the reason why a lot of this stuff is flopping, and I talked about this before, especially a lot of these black projects, they're getting people who don't come from our lineage trying to portray us in all of these movies. And these movies are not doing the numbers that the studios want them to do. And I'm telling you, the secret sauce is that FBA Majara energy. They just don't have that energy. You get these actors who, they don't come from our experience. They don't really capture our essence like that. And the box office is showing we're not connecting with those guys. But then when we see our brother Will Smith and our brother Martin Lawrence hit the theaters, bam, blockbuster. So I'm telling you, that FBA energy, that's the secret sauce. We want to be in a theater seeing people that we can really, really relate to. We're not trying to dump and denigrate no other group, but when we tell our stories, we like to see our energy in there. And I think that's why the microphone film was so successful, because we're talking about, our FBA culture, and many people around the country can relate to that. So again, man, I thank everybody for supporting Microphone Check. And when it goes back into theaters, man, we really need to hit it hard. Even if you got the Blu-ray, still go to the theater. Take your family, take grandma, take the kids. Yeah, there's a little profanity in the film, but cover the kids' ears later on in the film. They've heard a little cursing before. It's a very good film. So we need to really send a message with that, ladies and gentlemen. Let me get some calls in here in a second, because we do have a lot of people in the building. I see Nicety Girl in here. I see. I think I saw Wani down there. What's up, Wani? I see Wani. I had a suspected white supremacist just in my mentions earlier, talking about how we're talking about reparations. We're always talking about reparations. And this guy, well, my ancestors fought in the Civil War to free you. Are you going to give thanks to them? You better thank these nuts. All right? When a white supremacist try to pull that, kindly and gently remind him that it was Abraham Lincoln who said that the Civil War would not have been won if it were not for the black freedmen. This is what Abraham Lincoln said. It was the black freedmen soldiers who actually helped win the Civil War. They were the ones putting in a lot of work. Remember, the South was getting their ass. They were tearing up the North. The Union troops, at first, the beginning of the Civil War, them Southerners, them white Southerners were beating the brakes off the Northerners. Now, when the Northerners said, okay, hey, let's let some of these Maroons up in here, let's let some of these guys from the swamp fight. They let them Maroons come through, and those Maroons were already battle ready. That's how the Union won the Civil War. It was the black people. Don't let these white supremacists try to rewrite history. They're very good at trying to rewrite history. So it's up to us to really get the game. That's why get books like Hidden Heroes from A to Z. See, this is what I'm talking about. Start your kids young. We got the tools out there. We got the films, we got the books, we got the institutions. Just patronize them. Y'all go get Hidden Heroes from A to Z at hiddenhistorymuseum.com and give that to your children. Start them young. Them seeing progressive and empowering images of themselves early on, that's going to stick with them. I'm telling you from experience, because I would read certain books and periodicals as a kid. My mom got me certain things, and those things stuck with me. And then, let me get some of these calls in here. Guang, okay, you got a very interesting name, sir. Guang something. I don't know what those look like, some Cambodian or Thailand letters or something. But go ahead and unmute your microphone if you can. If you can understand English. I don't know if you can understand English or not. Guang? Okay, he might not understand English. So we'll wait on him to get it. Martin. Let's get Martin in the building. All right, Martin, unmute your microphone. I can hear you, Martin. How are you?
I'm good. Hey, I actually
I remember you. You're the moist Nigerian dude, or Ghanaian. Which one is it? Nigeria or Ghana?
Nigeria.
You're the moist. Yes,
yeah, I want to say something. So I listened to your space with those Fresh and Fit guys, and I listened to you speaking with Tommy Sotomayor.
Right.
I just want to ask, will you guys do a debate?
Me and Tommy?
Yes.
No, it's a waste of time.
But I thought you guys squashed the beef, like, on that space.
No, we're cool, but it's a waste of time. Tommy he's performative. Everything he does is kind of in bad faith, so it's a waste of time. It's like, even if I debunk him, you don't really win anything. So.
But you told him to come to LA though.
Okay, yeah, just come to LA. We can chop it up. Yeah, I don't got a problem with him, but I'm not going to waste time doing performative nothing burgers with him. That's a waste of time.
So will you still be going to Miami to do the Fresh and Fit debate? Are you still open to that?
I'm interested in doing that. Because these guys got a legitimate platform, and these guys, that Fresh Myron guy, he's dangerous, because this guy's clicked in with some of these alt-right dudes. So he's clicked in, and plus this guy worked for Homeland Security or something like that. So this guy, there's a lot of potential for this guy to be very dangerous. So that's somebody that has to be checked for real, for real. He's a genuine tether. You understand that? So that's a problem. So that's something that we got to nip that in the bud. But somebody who's just doing performative trolling, no, I don't waste time on that. And that's what Tommy kind of does, performative. And Tommy pretends to be a tether. He's not even a real tether.
Oh, I thought he was. I thought he was from Panama.
No, Tommy ain't from no damn Panama.
Okay. Yeah. Well,
that's what I'm saying. And I don't know.
Yeah, but speaking on that space, I agreed with some of what you said, and I agreed with the other side. And
okay, on their side, what did you?
Wait, I want to tell you what I agree with on you first.
Okay.
So you are correct when you say African Americans fought hard to allow immigrants, and it's very disappointing when you see the people come here and they disrespect the people who actually made it possible for them to come. Because if they actually believed in what they were saying, like Myron would go back to Sudan. Like, I don't know why he would be here and he's hanging out with Nick Fuentes.
Right.
Because Nick Fuentes wants him to go back to Sudan, and it's like people like African Americans who made it possible for him to be here and to have the opportunity, and I think that's very disappointing. It's very disingenuous because I think he might be trolling or he might just be ignorant. And then for you, where I disagree with you on, like I say in the past, that I don't think this whole reparations thing, it doesn't have any legs, and I don't think it's going to happen anytime soon.
Well, the thing is, you're not at liberty to speak on what our reparations claim is because you're not qualified. So
no. I mean, when I say it's not going to happen, I mean politically it's not going to happen.
Okay, so what does that have to do with you?
I'm just saying. So, like, okay, I'm just commenting.
You don't repeat the same thing.
Yeah.
What does our reparations have to do with you, one way or another? Why are you been speaking on our reparations claim?
Because I am black.
But you ain't qualified for reparations. You're not qualified for it. Why do you guys who aren't even qualified, you're the main ones vocal about it? What is it? Because y'all don't want us to get it. That's what it's all about. You don't want us to get it. What is it about you non-FBA cats who really just don't want us to get reparations? What's that about? Let's be real.
I want free money too.
No. See, it ain't free money. It's the debt that's owed. My ancestors, that's not free. They got their ass whooped out here, generationally.
And they should have gotten paid.
And no. That was some horrible stuff that happened to my family. And they didn't get paid. And there was a debt that's owed. And the debt just got transferred. The debt was never relieved. The debt didn't go away. And the benefits didn't go away. Those benefits, because when our people were getting whooped on and denigrated and oppressed and forced to generate all of that wealth was racially locked in, passed down. So that's not free damn money. You understand?
Sure, but since they haven't paid for 200 years or so, you just go to war with them instead of doing this.
Go to war with them? How?
I don't know. You're the leader of the FBA movement.
Okay, so well, that's what you have a little fantasy. I'm not a part of your fantasy, sir.
I mean, you should just go to war with whites if they're not paying you what they owe you.
Now, why would we take your failed advice and go to war with whites with the most powerful military system in the world? Why would we take your failure advice to do that?
Well, you guys would fail more if you guys didn't do it. You guys would keep on failing. So you guys should just either do that or you can just do what the Jews do and get more political power so you can influence the laws.
Did you do that?
No, I haven't.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't. You failed and you fled, sir.
Well, my parents fled, so I didn't.
I don't want to hear tether. I don't want to hear failed tether advice, Lord. Boy, the tether. The tethers who failed.
When am I going to some?
Hold on, dude. I didn't call your name yet. You hold on.
I mean, kick me if you don't
Hold on.
Speak,
hold your ass on.
I mean,
wait.
Hold
on. I'll
just kick me, bro. Kick me then.
Dude, this is not the meth lab. Slow down. I'll introduce you in a second, sir. Hold on. You made me lose my train of thought. I was saying something pertinent to the audience, and then you had to take that meth and threw me my train of thought. Now I don't like that, sir. You ruined my train of thought. I was saying something, and you threw me off with you and your damn meth. Now, what's your name, sir? What is your name?
Esteemed Egg, bro.
Okay, now why are you cutting me off? What do you have to say that was so important?
I mean, I'm trying to see what's up with this group chat right here. What's the topic?
We're talking about a lot of general stuff. Now, you sound like a Hispanic guy. What part of South America are you from?
I'm not from South America, fool. I'm from America.
Okay, dude, what part of Mexico is your damn family from?
You're exactly right, fool. I'm from America, fool.
What part of Mexico is your family from?
Okay.
That's what part of, okay, we're not playing damn dick.
Let's be professional, bro.
All right. What part of Mexico is your family from?
It doesn't matter. I'm from America.
Okay,
so
no. Y'all are so ashamed of your background. I hear your Mexican accent, dude, and you're trying to throw a little Ebonics on it. So you must be from the West Coast somewhere. Where are you from in L.A.? What part of L.A. or West Coast you from, dude? You from L.A., you from the West Coast? Turn your microphone on, dude. Turn your microphone on. He's probably babbling and don't know that his mic is off. Unmute your microphone, dude.
Oh, yeah. So what's the subject?
All right. Are you out here on the West Coast?
I mean, you still didn't answer my question. You're asking me a question before you even ask mine.
I'm trying to see who you are before we even get started. Are you out here on the West Coast?
I can't disclose that information.
Dude, you're a nobody. There's nobody coming to get you.
Bro, come on.
I'm just trying.
I can't disclose that information, bro.
I know you're a white Hispanic. You're a white Hispanic.
I can't.
No.
I can't.
Slow down. Dude, you're not some kind of top-notch executive that has to hide his identity. You're a manager at Chipotle or some shit, dude. It ain't that serious for you to try to be all evasive about your background. I know you're a white Hispanic guy. I know you're somewhere out here on the West Coast. I'm just trying to establish that so I can understand what position you're coming from. All right? So basically, all of this denial basically is confirming everything that I'm saying.
All right, so then ask me the questions, and then you ask.
Okay, so why did you call up? So why did you call up? So what's on your mind?
I mean, it popped up on my feed, so I just wanted to see what the whole conversation was about. That's what I was asking. What's the conversation?
Did you hear me talking with the gentleman earlier?
Yeah, but I had no idea what it was about. That's why I'm asking now. Like, what's the?
So you just stay confused about everything. You just walking through life, don't know shit. You from? You don't know where to live. You're just confused.
No, I'm saying, like, what's the topic of this forum?
There is no particular topic where I talk about a bunch of different things.
Is it a race forum, or what is it?
We're talking about Juneteenth.
What is that?
What's Juneteenth?
Yeah.
It's like Cinco de Mayo without fleeing.
It's like Cinco de Mayo.
Mm-hmm.
That's fucking crazy, bro.
Without fleeing, though. We didn't flee nowhere.
So you're making a forum to celebrate your black culture.
Yeah, that's what Juneteenth is.
Oh, no, that's cool. No, I wouldn't disrespect that, bro. That's fucking sick, bro.
Right.
If you want to celebrate your black culture, I'm down with that, bro. You can celebrate yourself all you want, bro.
Right.
You know?
And we're talking about stuff too. We're talking about other stuff too.
But yeah, no, that's why, like, does it get more in depth than just celebrating your blackness, or is that just it?
No, I mean, were you off work today? It was, Juneteenth is a national holiday.
I mean, I don't work, bro. Come on.
Oh, okay. Well, did you pick strawberries today? I mean, did you take a day off? I mean, shit. Did you do
Bro, that's what I said. I don't want to disclose where I live because I don't work, bro. At all.
Okay, that's all right, bro.
Yeah.
Okay, but anyway, thank you so much, bro. Let me let you go ahead and get back to your pipe. Okay, let's get average black American to build it. Let's get average in here. Brother Average.
How you doing?
What's up?
Annoying.
I know. My goodness, man. What's going on, fam?
Nothing much. That dude triggered me. Not this guy, but the dude that was really fucking them S's up. That Tether. He was, "Tell Tariq, I'm from with the San Francisco accent. Reparation."
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, God damn, I had to turn my phone down.
Oh, yeah. Well, I call him Bussy Tunde. He's a moist tribesman, a moist Bantu. But yeah. Oh, God.
The obsession on our day, man, it's ridiculous. That's all I wanted to say. Just what I was saying. That's all. You have a good one.
Thank you, brother. Yeah, man, the people who are just not qualified to get reparations always telling us what we ain't gonna get. They're always telling us what we ain't gonna get. People who fail, they always want people to fail with them. They want friends in failure. They want camaraderie in failure. No, we're not doing that. They stay telling us what we ain't gonna get. Why are you even talking to us about it? You're not even qualified. We didn't ask your opinion about it. You're not qualified to get reparations. We're not asking you for advice. Why do y'all always have to come up in our mix telling us what we ain't gonna get? Y'all remember when the Oklahoma Supreme Court threw out the Tulsa race massacres victims case? Do y'all remember, like last week, y'all saw online, it was Tethers celebrating that. Y'all know that? Tethers were actually celebrating that. They were like, aha, see, we told you, nigga, aha, nigga, we told you. They were celebrating that those elders didn't get justice. These Negroes sit around here hoping and praying we don't get no reparations. You understand what I'm saying? They don't want us to get it. That's why they're always coming in the mix trying to speak down on it, to try to throw salt on the morale of it. That's what they try to do. They try to sprinkle their failure energy on it. Because the thing is, when we get reparations, and we're the minority, and we got the conversation in the national lexicon, we got the conversation still out here, and we're not moving off that square. And we're making moves where we will delegitimize the political parties by not participating if they do not give us what we want. See, that's what you do. You don't participate in the system. You delegitimize those systems. You tap out of them. Not vote independent and all that. I'm talking about you delegitimize all of it. Say, hey, nah. We'll vote for the couch. And I saw some with Steve Harvey. He was up there. Wasn't he up there with Kamala Harris? How y'all not gonna vote, man? Y'all, how you gonna get something and y'all ain't gonna vote? And we're gonna get it by not voting and letting these political parties crash and burn. They understand when people delegitimize the system, that means they're on the track to start up their own system by themselves. They're going to start up their own system. It's only natural to do so. So they don't want that to happen. They don't want us to get too on code, which is what we're doing. See, I can go either way. Either they can give us our money or we can get hellified on code and start building up our own parallel system. Either or is good with me. we start building up a parallel system because we've delegitimized theirs. You understand? And we have the wherewithal and the capability to create a parallel system of our own. Yeah? And they know this. And so either or is good with me. Let's get, let me see, a lot of folks in here. Let's get Memocraty. All right, Memocraty, whatever your name is. All right, unmute your microphone, brother. Memocrat. If you can unmute your microphone, that'll be good. And while we're waiting on you to do that, let's get Darius in the building. Mr. Darius, hop on in. And then we'll get Caveman. All right, Darius. All right. Caveman. Wait, hold on, let's get Darius. I think Darius. You ready, Darius? Oh, I can't hear nothing, brother. Take your earphones out, man.
Can you hear me?
I can't hear you. Take your earphones out.
I don't have earphones.
Dude, you got the world's jankiest phone, dude. What kind of phone are you on, bro? Okay. I ain't never heard a phone that bad. That nigga has a tin can with a string tied to it. Caveman. Hop on, Caveman.
What's going on with you, player? How you feeling?
I'm good, man. How are you?
I'm all right, brother. I'm hanging in there.
Now, are you in a bubble bath or something right now, brother?
Nah.
I hear water in the back. What the hell is that water going on in the back, brother?
My stove. I'm still in the projects, you know what I'm saying? I'm making it do it.
Don't tell me what you're cooking. I don't want to know what you're boiling on that stove. I don't want to be an accessory to no crime. So how
I'm
you
making
doing?
it do what it do.
No, don't tell me. I don't want to know what you cooking on that stove. I got an idea. But what's on your mind, brother?
I'm all right. I was saying, so, all right. My thing is microphone check, right? And this is something, thank you for the opportunity to ask you personally.
Yes.
I know you have it on the website on Blu-ray, right?
Yes.
When are we getting it to a streaming service? I say this because
great question. After we do our theatrical run in July. After we do the theatrical run, then we're going to have it streaming. So, yes.
Okay.
Yes,
okay. I was asking because...
you're in New York, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Did you go to the screening that we did out there Memorial Day weekend?
I didn't make it. No, I did not.
Okay, well, you'll make it. It's going to be in theaters out there for like a whole week. It's going to be showing like 2 or 3 times a day. So you can definitely catch it out there when it shows back out there in New York.
Hold on. When is this? This I wanted to know. I wanted to take my little thing over there. I wanted her to come, you know what I'm saying, get some knowledge.
No doubt. This is going to be in the week of July 19th, I think. But I'll keep everybody posted. I'm going to know for sure Friday. So I'll keep everybody posted. Again, everybody, y'all got to go through. Y'all got to hit those theaters heavy all around the country. Yo, Memocrat, you good, Memocrat? Memocrat? All right, Memocrat, you want to get on? I'm going to get you out of here. You got 3 seconds. 3, 2, 1. There it is. Out of here. And Camco, you ready? Let's get Camco.
Yes, sir. How you doing, brother?
What's up, Camco? How are you?
Brother, man, I'm just enjoying my holiday, even if it isn't a quote-unquote holiday.
Yeah.
You know, I'm a youngin'. You know, I've been following you for about, I can't even tell you. 4 years now at this point.
Now, how old are you now?
I'm 24.
There you go. My man.
So, I just can't stand it when, you know, tellers come over on your podcast, whatever it is, podcast, your space, talking about some, y'all don't deserve reparations.
Yeah.
I'm sick of it. I'm a young, educated black male. And my thing is, they just being ignorant at this point, and I cannot stand it.
Oh, yeah.
I'm really sick to my stomach hearing some of these. What's the opposite of niggas coming on there? Negro? Like, I can't even say it.
I feel you, brother. But thank you so much. Let me get Ja. Hop on, Ja. Ja. I say Ja in the building. Yo, me,
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, Ja. What's going on?
Oh yeah, it was peace and blessings, brother. I'm coming up out of Minnesota, and they got these brothers up here, man. It's called Building Wealth Minnesota. They trying to get like 9,000 black families in the homes, but they using your terminology. They saying foundational black Americans. You got to be born in America and descendant of a slave. They giving brother families $60,000. Right, but they're staying in a house for 5 years. But also, man, I ordered a microphone check.
Go ahead.
Well, I'm just saying they're using your terminology, but I'm saying I ordered a microphone check from Amazon. As soon as it came out, man, they saying it's still on back order.
Yeah, they're gonna. Yeah, we talked to Amazon and they finally got everything together. So I think people's stuff should be to them by next Monday. So y'all have it by next Monday. But thank you so much. But yeah,
Can I say something else?
Yeah. If they want to use the terminology, that's fine. That's fine. Yeah, a lot of folks use our terminology. That's fine. Memocrat? All right, Memocrat, you good? Unmute your microphone. You keep trying to get up and you're not saying anything. Jonah, what's up, Jonah? Jonah, want to unmute your mic? All right, let's get some of the people down here. If you're ready to talk, if your mic is functional and you're ready to talk, raise your hand. If you're in the request queue, raise your hand if you are ready to talk, because sometimes I guess people hit that button by mistake and they don't say anything. All right, Jonah. All right. So if you're ready to talk and you're in the request queue, let's raise your hand. All right, let's get, let me see. All right, we're kind of bouncing around here. All right, the iron mic, I get the iron mic on in a second. Let's get MJB. Let's get MJB in the building. What's up, MJB?
What? Sorry, I'm just cooking and singing. I am curious, as of late, what would you say is your most often played, say, soul song to get you through a hard day at the gym?
A soul song? I don't know.
Well, yeah, I mean, you went through the evolution of hip-hop, so I'm wondering what your thoughts are on the evolution of soul music.
Well, I like a lot of James Brown and the JBs. I like, that's very underrated. And there's a lot of hip-hop samples that came out of James Brown and the JBs. Now, what do you like? What soul music do you like listening to?
I'll look that up specifically to see if I can produce something from it.
Mm-hmm. So again, what do you like listening to?
Nonsense.
Like what?
Like pretty, a lot of myself, to be honest with you. I live in an echo chamber.
Okay. And where are you from, by the way?
We've already played that game. I'm not interested.
Well, I don't remember talking to you, and I know that you probably have some kind of moist fantasy world.
Moist fantasy world.
I don't remember speaking to you, sir. And you have
Taraku, SNME. Yes.
And you have a flag that I can't really identify on your page.
I know, it's Tar IQ. I'm talking to Tar IQ.
Okay.
Do you get it?
Okay, this is unwitty tether babble. So, all right. And that's why a lot of tethers have to flee. They're very not witty. They're not witty at all. All that stuff was falling very flat. All right. And he's low-key moist, asking weird. His questions sound like they're about to get real weird and moist. Rockavelli. What's up, Rockavelli?
Yo, what's good, Tariq?
What's up, Rock?
Yeah, so, first of all, I'm not FBA, but I'm fully supportive of your movement. It took me a while to break out of the programming that I went through, but One question I had is, how do you even like communicate with people like that Myron dude and the fresh guys without even feeling like slapping one of these dudes? It's like freaking some nerds talking to you whichever way they want to talk to you.
Oh yeah, I mean, I know like they know, on the phone and on the internet, the energy is always going to be a little different. That's why I kept saying, hey, we need to let's get together in person. If we get together in person, the energy is going to be real different. So all that jumping bad and talking slick and all that yelling and screaming, the energy is real different in person. So yeah, I have no problem with them because I handle those guys. These guys are light work. These guys are easy peasy. They are people who basically want to be white and they're not, and they're very insecure about that. So I smash and bang on them, understanding those facts. See, FBA family, you don't let Tether sit over here and say stuff greasy about you or your lineage. And I'm glad I've given people a lot of the talking points on how to shut that nonsense down. Because again, I made a decision a while ago not to let anybody denigrate foundational Black Americans. That's a personal decision I made. I just will not let foundational Black Americans be talked down on, disrespected, harmed if I can do anything about it. I'm just not letting that happen. Our ancestors, because studying our ancestors and how they got down, we had riders in our bloodline and our lineage. We had riders, family. And they didn't allow that kind of disrespect. And I don't know when we started to allow it, but a lot of riots started in this country with people messing with innocent foundational Black Americans, and they said, no, you're not going to do that. We're about to stand on business. We'll burn this whole thing down. We look at the Watts riot. That was started because there was a rumor that the police hemmed up a Black woman. When the community found out about that, it was on and popping. Yeah. Down in Texas, there was another race riot where brothers picked up them things and started lighting folks up because there was a rumor that some white supremacists harmed a pregnant Black lady. Some brothers in the military went and got their weapons and started putting in some damn work. You understand? Man, we better understand our history. When I start seeing parts of our history and showing that there were some FBAs out here that wasn't bullshit and they were standing on all types of business. They put their life on the line to stand on business. The Robert Charles riots down in Louisiana. There's a Black man who was about to get lynched. He was like, okay, y'all about to lynch me. I'm about to take about 20, 30 of y'all with me. And he started sniping on these folks. They hemmed him up in the house, and he had a thing where he could make his own bullets. So he was making bullets, lighting their asses up. They ended up killing them, but he took about 20 of them with him. He was lighting them white supremacists up. You see? Going all the way back to the Seminole Wars, those Black folks was down in Florida standing on business. They got the Seminole Wars really popping off because some white generals kidnapped a Black woman. It was a Black woman who was foundational Black American, Black Seminole, a sister named Morning Dew, Black lady. She was one of Osceola's wives, and they kidnapped her. They had a fake truce. The U.S. Army wanted to do a truce, and they called a truce, and they went there to negotiate, and then they kidnapped the sister. And the Seminoles said, okay, we got your ass. And they started sniping and killing U.S. generals, dude. They massacred General Dade. That's who Dade County is named after. Y'all hear me talk about Dade all the time. So I'm just saying, there was a point that many of us in foundational Black American historic society, we weren't on that bullshit. We didn't play games. You mess with one of us, you all get in the business. Don't let people think that we were just being docile and just getting whooped on all the time. No, we weren't. No, the hell we weren't. We were standing on some damn business. You see, and understanding our history and seeing what some of our ancestors did, when I see situations where we get hemmed up by race soldiers and niggas are standing around filming, people are talking crazy about us, and we're just letting foreigners get out here and talk crazy. And I said, you know what? Damn that. we're gonna have to start checking these folks, because again, when you start traveling to where they're from, when you start traveling to some of these different countries, and then you hear somebody from one of these countries come over here talking crazy, we're gonna be like, no. See, a lot of people, we let some of these tethers talk crazy because some of y'all never been to where they're from. A lot of us, you never really been to some of these countries that these folks have fled from. So we sit here and let them talk about all the shit they got back home. Oh, nigga, back home, I'm a prince in my village. I have wealth, I have money, I have fortune. They sit up and run that game. And some of us who've been over there, we know it's all good. So when they start talking that crazy stuff, I'm like, wait a minute, nigga, this just ain't your country. You ain't got none of this that we're talking about. You ain't got none of that. Y'all got dirt, cookies, and flies. Let's just keep it above. Let's not start this. No, you're not going to play this game. Nobody's at liberty to be arrogant towards us in any capacity. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's at liberty to sit up here and wag their finger to us about nothing. So we got to shut that down. And we should have been shutting it down. We're shutting it down now. We should have been shutting it down a long time ago. The Iron Mike. Let me get the Iron Mike in the building. He's over there in China with his Chinese wife doing his thing. The Iron Mike. What's up, brother?
I got you.
What's going on, man?
Yes. What's going on, brother? Just want to say that conversation with the Fresh and Fit guys really opened my eyes. I didn't really like the whole tether word because it was being applied to a lot of black people. I couldn't get with it. Yeah. But this really showed me what a tether is, because the shit that they was trying to pull, when you put it in perspective, this dude is actually building on your foundation. He's doing the whole, dating scene thing, but it's from a tether perspective.
Right.
It's very dangerous. They spent the first hour trying to convince you that Black Americans aren't facing any oppression.
Right.
Then they spent the next 2 hours trying to convince you that Jewish supremacy exists.
Right.
So that's oppression. And it's crazy, man. It is dangerous. And then, a lot of these cats, I got engaged with them because they was coming to Detroit. And I was hitting up my peoples. I put out some stuff in the media. Then I started to learn about this dude, Sneeko. He is the epitome of a tether. He literally lets white people beat on him, brutalize him. And he's even saying, like that they're laughing at him. And he's proud of it. It's a sick, twisted culture, and we got to fight back. And so salute to you for doing it. But yeah, be careful, because there's a lot of feds out here, man. It's crazy.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much. Yeah, these dudes, man, that's the thing, man. A lot of non-FBA dudes, they have no problem being the punching bag for these white supremacists. Yo, Franklin, what's up, brother?
How's everything, Tariq?
I'm good, man. What's going on? What's on your mind?
Doing good. First and foremost, you bodied that debate with Myron and Sneeko. When Sneeko said there's no such thing as a black Jew, I'm like, oh, what the fuck is he talking about? There's no such thing as a black Jew. Like, yo, you crazy for that. And then, like, Myron always saying don't play the victim game, but you came from a fucking fleeing country. Like, you fled your own country. Like, why don't you go back to Sudan and whatever and try to fix over there? So, like, I can go into that, but I have two questions for you. A two-part question, right?
Yes.
And I know, like, you're brilliant when it comes to your documentaries and stuff like that. Like, I caught on all the Hidden Colors and Buckbreaking, and I still haven't seen American Maroon, and I have to catch up on Microphone Check, so I have to do my homework on that. Yes. But I want to ask you a question on, like, when it came to the riots in the 1960s and what we did to fight for other people to come over here, like our brothers and sisters in the diaspora. You ever think about, like, making a movie that go into detail about what we did in the 1960s for other brothers and sisters to come over here? And the second part of the question is, like, I know Myron and Sneeko, they're part of that whole red pill community, the manosphere, like, trying to teach dudes how to, get women and go against feminism. And, like, I know they go on feminism heavy. My question to you is, do you ever think about, like, ever making a movie where it addresses the white feminist agenda and how it affected black women and the black family? And that's pretty much my two questions. D1.
Thank you, brother. Now, in the movie American Maroon, we do talk about what went down in the 60s, so that's why you need to see American Maroon. We do talk about some of the work, that Maroon spirit that was still around in the 1960s. Because you got to remember, in the 1960s, we had a certain energy going on. The 60s, that was the decade that had the last generation of black folks who were actually enslaved. In the 1960s, you had a lot of black people who, a lot of us would live to be over 100 years old. 105, 106, people like A.G. Gaston, very prominent black man down in Alabama, he lived to be 103. So there were a lot of black people living to be over 100 years old. So in the 1960s, you had a lot of former slaves, people who were actually enslaved, still living in the 1960s. And, they were about to be up out of here. This was that last generation. So while they're transitioning into the spirit realm, they're leaving that energy. They were leaving that Majara spirit and energy over here with the youth. A lot of people were picking up on their energy. And there was a consciousness going on and a spirit of retribution. There was an energy in the air because we had those ancestors, or those soon-to-be ancestors, about to transition. There was an energy of revenge to a certain degree. It's an energy of, hey, we got to do some corrective justice here. People really downplayed the turn-up that was happening in the 60s. They were whooping ass in the 60s. See, the white media, they just try to tell you about the John Lewises, the people who were talking about nonviolence, the people who were sitting up there getting beat up in Selma. I want y'all to understand that was not the totality of what was happening in the 1960s. In fact, Dr. King and those guys, they had to stop them ass whoopings and get some brothers who were armed. When they went to places like Illinois and they saw how violent these white supremacists were, Dr. King and those guys got the Deacon of Self-Defense. They got the original Black Panthers. There was another group called the Black Panthers before the ones in the 60s. And when Dr. King and those guys would go on their marches, some of the armed brothers would be in the perimeter. You understand? They weren't just walking out there like sitting ducks no more. And you had a lot of organizations popping up in the 60s that were putting in some work. I always talk about the Black Liberation Army. They were like an offshoot of the Black Panthers, but these guys were like doing major guerrilla warfare tactics. You had movies and books during the 1960s and 70s, like The Spook Who Sat by the Door. That was about using urban warfare. They banned that movie out of the theaters. The FBI had to take that movie out of theaters because they didn't want that movie to turn cats up out there. Because at the time, cats were hijacking planes and taking planes over to Algeria, taking planes to Cuba, taking planes to all over the place. Things was real in the 1960s and 70s. So this part of the history is not really talked about. We talk about a lot of this in American Maroon. Go check that out. American Maroon, very good movie. Let's get D. Dillon. D. Dillon in the building. D. Dillon.
What's up, good brother?
What's up, D? How are you, sir?
I'm chilling, man.
So what's on your mind, D?
Shit, for real, I'm coming here and fuck with you. I ain't never really come in your speech before. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. All right, well, we're gonna have to let you go ahead and go to bed, brother. You sound very sultry, and it's not that kind of chat where niggas just call up seeing what other niggas are doing, you got to call up with a kind of a purpose and something on your mind. We ain't just shooting the breeze. It's not that kind of, I think Lil Nas X might have a little chat room where you can get in there and y'all can just kind of talk about your feelings and shit like that. We don't do that here, brother. DeVoe? Brother DeVoe, hop on, man. Brother DeVoe, unmute your microphone, sir. If you can unmute that mic, that'll be cool in the game. All right, let's get church in the building. Let's get church in here. All right. Let's get church in the building. All right, church, unmute your microphone, sir.
Happy Juneteenth to you and the family, brother.
My brother, how are you? Thank you so much.
All right. I just wanted to touch on a couple points. And the first point is, I see a lot of the black family with these Caribbean colors on Juneteenth, and that's really bothering me. And we need to really embrace our heritage and come on with this red, white, and blue, because we put in work for this. So we earn that. So we need to lose those Caribbean colors, because a lot of these celebrations for Juneteenth are not for Juneteenth. Like here in Chicago, they had one on the South Side for entrepreneurs. No, not knocking the entrepreneurs, but this is for a specific reason. This is for our freedom. So we can't just downplay that. I agree. And the second point is, I've been rocking with you for years, brother. My mother put me in tune with you, and I agree with most things you say. But with sitting out on this election would be dangerous. I've been living on the west side of Chicago. My family been here for over 50 years. And this immigration situation is just, it's like it's forcing us to lean towards the Trump and his, because he has some things as far as getting rid of these immigrants. This is ridiculous around here. My neighborhood, I have never seen my neighborhood look like this. Like it's ridiculous. And like Chicago is one of the most segregated cities in the world, really. Right. And man, it's ridiculous. Like I see these migrants walking down the street. Our black kids can't even hang out, walk up and down the street anymore. They following up and down the street. And as you guys know, if you look at the reports across the country, these people out here raping and murdering, man. They dangerous. Yeah. So like I say, it's like it's dangerous to just sit out, and I totally get it, because we're trying to move towards something. But we losing our communities at the same time.
Yeah, but the thing is, voting for, and thank you for the question, brother. It's a very good point you're making. My thing is, I don't want to vote for the right wingers, because again, these guys are still platforming white supremacist groups, and they're not really offering us anything tangible either. So we still have to deal with these white supremacists, and they're talking about giving more immunity to police on the right, so the right ain't really talking like I need them to talk for real. Again, they'll get rid of, they said that they'll thwart some of the immigration and all of that going on. But, we still need resources, because a lot of the damage has already been done. So we need resources, and nobody's talking resources. So again, I'm down to delegitimize the whole system altogether, and we create a parallel system. Let's get Unique in the building. Brother Unique.
Hey, first I'd like to say microphone check was phenomenal.
I appreciate that, sir. Thank you so much.
Second, go ahead, I just wish on the Myron debate that you would have pointed out that the first thing they said when you came into the room was that George Floyd been sober for 4 years. So they introduced race, but they kept trying to pin it back.
Oh yeah. I told them they were in there saying little racial stuff, and I called them, because that's all they do. Their whole platforms is about denigrating us racially. So, they try to play dumb and gaslight. We don't let these white supremacists wiggle out of responsibility. That's why they're always trying to play the whole, it's really Jewish supremacy. Oh, it ain't. It is white supremacy. There's no other supreme. You can't have two supremes. And Brandon, hop on, Brandon.
Hey, Brother Tariq, how you doing, man?
I'm good, man. How you doing, Brandon?
Good, man. Happy Juneteenth to you and your family, man.
Thank you so much. What's on your mind, Brother Brandon?
I've been seeing, man, and I've been living in Houston for like the past 20 years, and I've been seeing from Houston to Louisiana, a lot of these foreigners, man, they moving into these small towns and just taking over the whole town. Like, I don't know if you noticed that.
Yeah.
I just want to leave it at that.
Yeah. Well, that's why, we got to start getting on our P's and Q's. And again, the political structure is letting that happen. So we got to just delegitimize that stuff, man, and just really circle our wagons and just get super duper on code with each other and look out for each other and create networks among one another and come up with strategies to, if we're going to deal with the political structure, we need to have, again, our own parallel system where we organize little campaigns to go. And I got a lot of different ideas for how we can do different tactics to push that reparations envelope. We get local chapters of people hitting up some of the politicians, finding out some of the institutions that benefited from slavery and putting them on Front Street. You understand? And just do this all across the country. There's a lot of different strategies and tactics that we can use to kind of shake the table and say, okay, look, we're trying to get that debt covered that's owed. There's a debt that's owed, and we need to get that debt handled. So there's a lot of different strategies and techniques that can be used out here. All right, let's get a couple of more people in here. We got FBA Baby. All right. This brother has Krishan Rock's baby in here. How is Krishan's baby doing? Krishan, they got her locked up. They talking about she's gonna get 30 days or whatever. And well, the dad, Blueface, is in jail. I saw when they got her and hemmed her up outside of the court. Blueface, I think Blueface's mom and dad, they were arguing on who's going to keep the baby. None of them wanted to keep the baby. I've been worried about this baby for a week. Where is this baby? Where is that baby? I hope that baby is all right. I've been genuinely worried about this child. It's not even my child. You know, I've been wondering, like, who in the world is keeping this poor baby? Lord, I started to reach out to WAC 100 and ask him about it. But Snubnose, go ahead. What's on your mind? Snubnose? Hey, you want to say something, brother? Hey, turn your microphone on, Snubnose. Okay, Snubnose ain't saying nothing. All right, just wanted to get up here and get up here. Let's get up. Junot? Oh, how am I pronouncing your name? Junot?
Oh, what's up, Tariq? How's it going, brother?
I'm good, brother. Am I pronouncing your name right?
No, it's Juno.
Juno, okay.
Juno. Yeah. So I got 3 questions, 2 for you, and 1 just in general to any tether that's listening. My first question is, have you ever considered doing a movie about the history of R&B music? Because now I'm hearing that, you know, our brothers across the pond, they're trying to take credit for that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's my first question.
Yeah, I haven't thought about it, so, you know, but I'm open to a lot of stuff. But the next question.
All right, so my next question is with regard to FBA Stream. Are you open to any type of ideas? Maybe I could shoot you an email, you could DM me or something, because I have some ideas that, you know, I'm wondering if you would consider with regard to that, because I want to see it be successful. I actually subscribe to it.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying?
But we can't. I can't. But thank you for the call. But no unsolicited ideas. I do not want you to send me no ideas. No. A lot of film streaming platforms. No, we don't want general emails, because what happens is you send me something and we might have a movie that we're already doing, and it might have something similar in it. And then cats will turn around. Well, I gave them that idea. They didn't give me no money. I gave that idea. You know, they'll pull that. So that's why production companies do not like unsolicited material. You do not send unsolicited material, because cats will sit up here and say you took their shit. And no. Don't do that. Don't do that. And it'll be something that ain't got nothing to do with a film, but just the fact that they sent you an email with an idea, they'll try to tie that in. Now listen, I need some residuals on the movie American Maroon, because I had gave Tyreek that idea to do that. How so? Well, I had a movie that I was going to do, and I sent him the treatment. It was about hermaphrodite polar bears that's running around Alaska right now. You understand what I'm talking about? There's a lot of hermaphrodites. See, when they were drilling for oil up there in Alaska, a lot of the chemicals from the oil got into the polar bear streams, and they started drinking this contaminated water, and then they started getting natural sex changes. So the polar bears, you don't know what sex they are, what gender they is, this male or female, you don't even know. And what they do, they go around just killing willy-nilly, and these hermaphrodite polar bears, they are very, very vast in that area. I lived up there in Alaska, brother. I'm telling you what I know. So I gave him the idea for that, and then he turned that into American Maroon. They're like, what? Like, just zero damn correlation whatsoever. You know what I'm saying? So don't send nothing. Don't send nothing. No. Don't send nothing. Niggas will try to tie that in. Man. I do not want to hear it. Yes, Tariq stole that from me. I'm telling you, it was about the polar bears. It was called hidden carnivores. They turned it into hidden colors and stole it from me. Shut up. Okay. Shut the hell up, man. But Snubnose, you good? Snubnose? You want to unmute your microphone, Snub? All right. Just getting up here just to get up here. All right, let's see who we got down in here. Because I do want to get some new faces in the building. Want to get some new faces up in here. Everybody in the request queue, throw your hands up. If you're in the request queue, throw your hands up. We got OG Jal. Let's get him in. I haven't seen your face before, but OG, hop on. OG, hop on. And DeVoe, are you still in here? What's up, OG?
Hey, brother, how's it going?
I'm good, man.
Yeah, I was thinking about something that you was talking about a little bit earlier, but it had something to do with going back to the Black Panthers and, how some of the old heads are, taking flack for dropping the ball. Okay, we try to do what Martin Luther King said, and we also try to do what Malcolm X said as well. In the midst of all that division there, we had to learn how to fight German Shepherds.
Right.
So, I understand that the young generation feel like we dropped the ball. I understand that perfectly. But, and also I do understand that the young folks are going to be the ones that have to bring us on in over the goal line.
Right.
And I understand that. I succeed to that. But as far as the dropping the ball notion, the way they want to spill it and the way the narrative is going, it's pretty damn good to be able to learn how to fight human beings and German Shepherds at the same time.
Right, and I get it. I get it. Sometimes there's a lot of criticism to a lot of the older people, but I give props what props to do. You do have a lot of the people who were around in the 50s and 60s and 70s who were putting in work, and we owe a debt of gratitude to them, because you did have a lot of brothers and sisters who were like, hey, we're going to protect the community and we're going to put our lives on the line and not let you guys harm the community. Apia, speaking of tether, we got a Ghanaian tether.
See, one thing I like about you is your sense of humor. Anyway.
Yes. Now, Apia, let me ask you this. Why do y'all really hate on us getting reparations? What's that about? You guys really, really have a bug in your ass about us getting reparations. Why are you guys always hating on that idea?
That's a fallacy.
It's not a fallacy.
That's a fallacy.
That's not a fallacy. You guys all the time for what we're not going to get. You guys are always trying to tell us what we're not going to get. You guys celebrate when you think we're not going to get anything. That's not a fallacy.
To celebrate? You know what we celebrate about?
What you celebrate?
We celebrate our achievements. That's what we do. We're not interested in anybody's whatever. We celebrate what we make for ourselves.
Now, what's your achievements, Apia, as a Ghanaian immigrant? What have you achieved?
Oh, in terms of my credentials, academic credentials?
Yes. What's your academic?
Yes. I've achieved something that I'm proud of. I'm an engineer. I'm a policy analyst. I did banking and finance as well. What else you want to know? I'm a management consultant. What else you want to know?
For what firm?
You want me to give you my family credentials?
For what firm do you do financial management?
For what?
What firm do you...
I work with one of the top banks in the United States.
Which one?
And currently, I'm not going to tell you. I work with one of the... Yes. And
the
currently...
The Bank of Wakanda.
Well, you can call it whatever that you want.
Right.
At least what I can do for a fact is you can bring your top, whatever you got right here, and let's have a conversation on corporate matters, on policy issues, on engineering issues. I'll be here. I'm not going anywhere.
Okay, let's talk about engineering. Let's talk about engineering issues.
Okay, we can discuss computer engineering, cloud management. Hold on. Oh, don't.
Hold on. Wait. Which you just said you do engineering and you do financing, but now it's computer engineering. So you do a lot of shit. How do you?
Yes, I do because I went to school. I went to school for all that.
Really? You went to school for computer and finance? You do all of that?
Okay, so let me
come on now.
Let me tell a little bit about some of us. We don't just take one career. We build and build and build. We go with the market, and that's what we do. We don't stay in one corporate circles and let it be there. No. When the system changes, we change, we adapt. I did economics as well. So I can tell you also about oil and gas.
What can you tell us about oil and gas?
Well, I can tell you about the production. I can tell you about the levels and the layers of it. I can tell you about rigging. I can tell you about all the production layers. I can tell you about refinery.
No, you can't.
I'm just giving them to you on top of my head, right?
You're just saying stuff.
Okay. Well,
you're saying that oil, gas, and finance and computers, you don't do all of that.
Listen.
You don't. Up here.
Why don't you drop your best person?
Okay, he's babbling. Okay, this is what I'm talking about. This is that Prince of Zamunda. I have degrees in computer, oil, gas, finance, economics. I work for a bank, but I can't tell you the bank. I do economics. Yeah, okay. Y'all do remember this dude was on the phone and we heard Uber orders coming in one night. Y'all remember that? Yeah, do y'all remember when we had him on the phone a few weeks ago and we heard Uber orders coming in the background? He was in his car and we're hearing the ding of orders coming in. We heard the orders coming in, dude. But you let these dudes tell it. I'm an executive at JP Morgan, nigga. I work for Merrill Lynch, nigga. You know, you let them tell it. He's a financial wares kid. Notice every time I try to get him to talk about something in depth, he keeps changing the subject. I can tell you about oil. Okay, let's talk about it. I can tell you about computers. Okay, let's talk about the computers. Nigga, I can tell you about financing and production of grape juice. And all right, nigga. He's just going to keep talking about all the stuff that he does, but he's never going to go in depth about it. He's going to keep talking in circles. Typical scam mindset. He ain't got nothing going on. Y'all ain't slick. Be lying y'all ass off. DeVoe, you good, man? You want to get in here? Uh-oh, speaking of Musty Tether, is this Johnny Somali? Let's get Johnny Somali in the building. Speaking of Musty Colony Tether, Johnny Somali in the building.
How you doing? Happy Juneteenth, Donkey Kong. Your Diddy Kong son is here. I want to wish you happy Juneteenth. How'd you celebrate, Tariq? I'm really curious.
Oh, I had a great celebration. I stayed here with my FBA family, and we didn't flee. That was the perfect time.
You didn't flee? Okay, so you guys grilled some barbecue. What you guys eat? Some soul food?
Not fleeing is always a great thing. Now, what'd you say about soul food?
You guys ate some soul food today or something? How'd you like? What's the Juneteenth plate?
I actually did. I did eat some soul food. My wife got some soul food from some place at a farmer's market. It was a little salty. I think a tether might have made it. But
so explain the term tether. I want you to explain it because a lot of people hear tether and they don't know what it means.
It means you, a person like Johnny Somali, a person who's a foreigner, who has contempt for foundational Black Americans while you try to tether on our culture. So you would be a perfect example of
I don't really have a contempt, Tariq. But my thing is, I like Umar more than you because Umar is more Pan-African. You're trying to make division. You're trying to make division between the Black Americans and the Afro-Americans. You are.
Who cares? Okay, you like him. That's great. What does that have to do with it?
Because he's trying to bring Black people together. You're trying to divide
Then why are you
them
not
further.
on his,
Why you're trying to divide them even further?
Not on his channel whining to him? Why are you whining to me? How come you're not joining him in the Pan-African vision? Huh? Because you stay in my room. I wish you would go to Umar and get some Pan-Africanism going and go back to Africa and not flee. Why don't you do that? Since you like his vision, but you stay in our mix.
Listen.
No,
FBAs are never going to get the reparations if you don't work with Africans. You're not. You should give us the check too. Let us.
A legitimate question. If you guys love Pan-Africanism so damn much, why do you never practice it? Why are y'all never in Africa? You are always in foundational Black American spaces worrying about what we're doing. Why are you not building Akon City, sir? Why are you in...
Because that Akon City was a goddamn scam.
Okay, well, why are you not over in Africa with Umar?
Because I went to Africa twice, and that's enough for a whole lifetime.
Okay, no.
I've seen the dirty water. I've seen the starving kids with the flying eyeball. I don't want to go back. What the fuck?
Okay, but you just said...
I'd rather be over here getting white pussy and drinking Starbucks.
But you said you like Umar's vision.
He has a good vision. He has a good message. Black people should stick together. Why do you want Black people to be more divided? How about that? Why do you want...
helping him bring that vision to fruition? You like his vision, but you don't want to go to Africa. So how is that going to work?
Okay, do you want to go to Africa or no? Do you?
Okay, you're not saying anything. All right. I'm not going to bore y'all with tether babble. See, they can. It's easy to get them to just crash out and let their lies fall back on themselves. All right, because you talking about who you like, that doesn't bother me. If you're trying to say that as an insult, I don't give a damn who you like. Go over there and y'all get some Pan-Africanism going over there. Why are you in my mix so much? Y'all stay whining to foundational Black Americans. Good Lord. You're tethering off us. That's what a tether is. Boy, us delineating from these people, they don't know how to act, man. If they can't tether on us, they don't know what to do. They're so damn confused if they don't have us to tether to. They are confused, man.
In the rhythm of life, there's a melody that dances with every step we take.